Why does it seem like Catherine McBroom is trying to destroy her own brand? The president of 1212 Gateway has come out and claims that she has lost them millions of dollars. On top of that, her unreasonable demands have incurred hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. So let's go ahead and break down the recent court filings and figure out what's really going on here. So why is it that Catherine McBroom is self-sabotaging her brand? As you guys know, she launched her skincare line 1212 Gateway less than a year ago, and there has been so much drama. We've recently talked about how the brand is suing Catherine. If you guys have not seen that video, definitely go check it out, because this company called TBL partnered with Catherine to create 1212 Gateway, but then Catherine stole the Shopify and the social media accounts and changed the passwords, and now TBL can't go into the website and run the website, and I guess they're not even manufacturing products. It's incredibly messy, so definitely go catch up on that video. But we're going to be talking about recent filings, a declaration from the president of her company. Pretty much the top guy is claiming that she has lost them millions of dollars. So let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to be looking at two court filings today. This one is from the president of TBL Cosmetics, also the president of 1212 Gateway, and his name is Nick Eisner. I also want to remind you guys of Paul Cesars, who is one of the Ace family business partners. This guy was involved in Social Gloves, and he was also involved in 1212 Gateway. We've talked about his LinkedIn before because he says he's a deal maker for the entire entertainment industry, which is a big title to hold. And not only is he the only deal maker out here in the world, but he's also an owner of 1212 Gateway. He actually owns, I guess, 7% interest, and it looks like Catherine and her husband own 63% of the company. They put down $280,000 to start the brand, which is a lot of money. And also it looks like TBL put down $120,000, so that's also a lot of money. They're both invested in this brand. So why does Catherine feel like she can just go and cut TBL out? We've talked about this in a previous video, but on April 9th, 2021, Catherine told TBL that actually they want to dissolve 1212 Gateway, and she was ready to go and do this herself. But they also note that she has indicated that she doesn't actually intend to dissolve the company. She just wants to dissolve TBL out of there, which isn't fair. Also on line 19, you guys can see that was the date on May 11th when she went and changed the Shopify, Instagram, and other social media platform passwords, which is just, again, very sneaky of Catherine. I definitely see her differently after this one. And I think one of the main issues that TBL and the president and all these people have with Catherine is that the brand was doing really well. They were doing great with sales. So why did she just go and take over, this hostile takeover of the platforms? And really, that's something I can't comprehend either, because how do you just lock your own business partners out of the websites so they can't go and run the websites? She must have hired another team to help her run this company, but I have no idea. Like I said, the company was doing well at first. They had a 7.7% growth rate, I guess, per month, which is, I guess, sounds great. I don't know anything about business, but they made about $4.1 million. So they were going in the up direction until April hit and Catherine took over. What's wild about this number is that they claimed that Catherine's brand would have brought in $23.6 million for 2021 if they just kept at what they were doing. And they claim that she's lost them a lot of that money because of what she has done. Honestly, I didn't know you could make that much from skincare and stuff. That's crazy. When people think are the Ace family rich or not? I mean, if they're making that much money from skincare, then they are, but they didn't because Catherine messed it up. Oh my gosh. And as predicted, Catherine took over and they had a negative growth rate of negative 20.6%. Oh my gosh, again, I don't know anything about business, but that doesn't sound good. And it looks like their revenue declined about $1.3 million, which means they've made about $5.4 million, which is still a ton of money, but not as much as they were planning on. So the lawyers did their math, and it looks like they're going to have about a $16.5 million loss in revenue revenue. So that's how much money that Catherine has lost the brand. They were supposed to be making 23.6 million, but now it's going to be 7.1 because of her takeover, which again, it's like, how is she running this by herself? I remember reading at one point that Catherine and Austin wanted to go and manufacture Catherine's products in their own warehouse, but their warehouse just wasn't like up to date for that type of production and that scale and such, and that was a disagreement that the partners had. So it makes me think that like Catherine just was so set on doing it at that warehouse that the Ace family owns that they're like, okay, we're gonna have to dissolve this because they're not gonna go and let us, create these products and ship them out from our own warehouse, which is what we want to do, which is not a great business move because it cannot sustain how much she was selling, because I guess Catherine sells a bunch of skincare. This part's really interesting because they note how they as a brand can't really go and do anything because of what Catherine has done. Miss McBroom's conduct has also impaired the forward progress of additional supply of existing product, new product development, and scaling of the company as a whole. 1212 Gateway's carrying cost for storing and not selling existing inventory currently amount to $100,000 to $30,000, of which has been assumed by TBL, and stand to increase substantially due to eventual product spoilage and costs and fees associated with loans needed to take over current expenses. So that part gets extremely complicated, but pretty much they're noting that this has caused not only the products to really suffer because they're going to eventually, I guess, expire because they say spoilage, which I hate the word spoilage. Like, what do you mean spoilage? Like, gross. I always think liquid, which I guess her products are liquid, but wow. That's not cool. I feel like if I were to have a skincare line or something, I would love to go and make new products. Like, that's the most fun part of it. You see Miss Kylie Jenner always putting out different makeup and things like that. It's like, that would be awesome, but it doesn't sound like she can do that. And if these products expire, then these people are going to start complaining because they're already complaining at how the products get to them. Imagine if they were already expired. But this type of damage has really tarnished the brand's name, and it also stops them from getting other opportunities. Let's go through this part right here. Okay, so I need my reading glasses for this one. More specifically, Catherine's withholding of company accounts from management has impaired 1212's ability to obtain additional supply advancements from its vendors, limiting the company's ability to most quickly scale to its full potential. Catherine's conduct has further resulted in a delay of payments to 1212 Gateway's glass and print vendors to release products for sale. Oh, interesting. So there may be other products that are already developed but can't go and be sold because they can't go and pay for the bottles and the prints. It also looks like their packaging vendor is also delayed on payment. As a result of these delays, 1212's ability to negotiate more favorable terms and secure credit for product releases has been adversely affected. 1212 also had anticipated bringing to market certain new products by target dates, which are no longer able to move forward on the expected timetable. Other missed opportunities resulting from Catherine's conduct include the stalled launch of 1212's Instagram store, which would be a key channel for increased exposure and sales and expected to generate an estimated 25% of their revenue. So that's a lot of money just coming from Instagram. As we talk through this video and read through this filing, I can't help but to think, like, what is Catherine thinking? Because not only is her own brand against her and turning against her, but literally her fans and her customers, like, everyone's kind of against her right now. Like, I mean, if you go to her Instagram, her 1212 Gateway Instagram, you will see there are tons of comments from dissatisfied customers who are looking for support when it comes to their products, whether they're damaged or whether they never even got them in the first place. Actually, funny enough, I was looking at her page and there was like a cleanser that she was using and it was super foamy, and all the comments were like, why doesn't my cleanser ever foam? Which is so bizarre to me. Like, oh gosh, like, what is she using for the photo shoot if her cleanser doesn't actually foam? And it's a foaming cleanser. But this type of negative feedback isn't great for 1212 or TBL, and it's causing a lot of damage. They write, Catherine's conduct has also damaged the goodwill and reputation of both 1212 and TBL, I just said that, in the beauty industry and among consumers. 1212 has had to face increased volumes of customer dissatisfaction, feedback, and questions about shipping, including questions about missing or incorrect information, which occurred after Catherine disconnected the prior customer service organization from access to customer files and transitioned 1212's product fulfillment to her privately owned facility. Oh my gosh, guys, I was just talking about that. Yes, you already know. I knew that she was doing that, and that's why they can't keep up with the business, and we have so many unhappy Instagram comments. The president actually claims that they estimate TBL's reputational harm based on its association with 1212 Gateway to be valued at a minimum of $1.5 million. They're like, you not only screwed with our brand, but screwed with our reputation, which you can't fix that easily. So here's a list of the damages Catherine has caused. So TBL has suffered no less than $4 million in damages this year, including $2 million in profits and $1.5 million in goodwill and reputational harm, and $30,000 in carrying costs. The prayer for relief is pretty much what the party wants the judge to rule on to make it all better. And something I found interesting was that on line 4, they actually asked Catherine McBroom to go and turn in all of her salaries and other compensation she has made during the time that she breached her duties. So all of this money you pulled in from 1212 Gateway, yeah, you need to give that back. I wonder what Austin thinks about all of this. I mean, maybe he's already too caught up in his own lawsuits because you guys know that stuff is crazy. But it looks like Catherine is actually going to drag Austin down with her because Austin's name is on the paperwork. He's part of this company as well. So they're including him and they're both going to be held accountable for this. I also found this, which is a consent of member's spouse, which it looks like this is pretty much Catherine signing away her husband. I mean, well, actually Austin signed, but he's now knowingly going to be sinking with the ship when it goes down. Obviously at this time they weren't planning for this because they signed it in August 2020, over a year ago. But yeah, Austin is going to be right there with Catherine in the courtroom when TBL takes them down. Something I find interesting about this case is that we are talking about skincare. So there are certain things in the legal filings, in the contracts that are really interesting because I don't know how skincare works, but it looks like TBL gets a pretty penny every time they put out a new product for 1212. I find it interesting that pretty much every time that 1212 releases a new product, they have to pay TBL $25,000, considered as an operational expense, which I think is, I don't know, it sounds interesting to me because I don't know how they come up with that number. And it's like, okay, no matter what the product is. So what if it's like a bigger product or a smaller one, they get $25,000 no matter what. And it also looks like TBL was prepared to create 4 unique products during 12 months. So during that year, they would have had 4 different products to put out. But yeah, I mean, you guys know. The drama went down. Now let's switch gears and finish up this video with the second filing we have. This is a lot shorter because it's just a quick little thing from one of TBL's attorneys. The documents were filed by this woman named Judith, and she actually has experience working in commercial lawsuits and things like that. So it sounds like TBL got themselves a reliable lawyer. I'm pretty sure that Judith is here to make sure that TBL isn't held responsible for any of the legal fees because this was all of Catherine's fault anyway. Back when Catherine threatened the brand with dissolving them, she gave them 1 day to respond. Like, who do you think you are? You have 1 day to respond to her lawyers, and that caused the lawyers on the TBL side to do a lot more work because they had to dispute rapidly. Because Catherine was threatening on such a tight timetable, they had to spend a lot of time and a lot of lawyers creating this motion. So she's going to need to pay for that. And like I said, Judith is going to get their coin. She wants $176,000, $342.50. Sorry, I was trying to read the whole thing. They want $176,342 $1,050 of money due in legal fees because of how she had to demand her reply within a day, and they claim it took 255 hours of work. It also looks like they're looking for another 1,600 to put on top of it because TBL had to pay that based upon some business records from a company called Denton's. So under California law, she's pretty much looking for about $178,000 in legal fees that Catherine will be responsible for. At the end of the day, I do feel bad for TBL, honestly. I feel pretty bad for TBL because it seems like they were screwed over by the East family. And that's a theme we see throughout some of my videos. I mean, I don't try to make a bunch of videos about this family. There's just so much going on. And honestly, I like staying up to date. So that's why we're talking about this one today. And I just don't know how 12/12 is going to go forward like this. I mean, even peeking at their social media, it's clear that fans are unhappy and they're not going to forget about this. I mean, I'm not going to forget about that foaming cleanser that doesn't foam. Like, what is going on there? We need a full investigation into that one. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here is my email below. If you have any other video ideas for me, feel free to reach out. But let's go ahead and open this P.O. Box package item. It looks like it's from Shop Good Days. So let's go ahead and see what they sent me here. I really love the packaging. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh, the gold. I cannot. That's great packaging. That is A+ packaging. So, and if this is a brand, everything will be listed below. I'm pretty sure it is. So if you guys want to go check out and get your own, go check it out and support a small business. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and see what they have sent me here. Hopefully there is a letter in there. Okay, let's see. Maybe it's in here. Okay, perfect. I don't know. Oh, wow. It's actually packaged pretty well. There's like a lot of things tucked in here. So handmade jewelry, apparel, and home decor. Here are some stickers to add my sticker collection. I actually went through, I always mention my sticker collection. I just went through it last night. So it's actually all super organized, and this will be all listed below. Good Days' information for their social media and their shop. Let's go ahead and read this letter. Sloan, I wanted to say I love all your videos. I play them while I do my makeup and when I work on my crafts. Oh, I love that. I really watch every single one of them. Oh, thank you. Good Days is your Instagram shop. I wanted to send you a piece from my small business. I recently started in June. I make handmade dream catchers, jewelry, keychains, rear view mirror charms, a bunch of different little things. Oh, I love that. I wanted to gift you one of my favorite items that I make, a dream catcher. This has a darker theme and moon beads. Oh my gosh, I hope you love it. Thank you for your consistency with your videos. I look forward to each one of your videos, no matter what it's about. Aw, thank you so much, Chloe. And then she listed it below. Aw, I love this letter. This is such, like, this is an A+ letter, A+ packaging. And let's take a look at this beautiful, I'm already like saying it's beautiful. I haven't even looked at it. I already know it's beautiful because it's from Chloe. But also the packaging, ooh. Oh my gosh, I am so excited because I need a dream catcher. And this one, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. Thank you so much, Chloe. And the fact that it's handmade, like, it's just such a vibe. And there are some of those beads. So pretty with the moons. Aw. Wow, I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Go and check out her shop. Everything's linked below, and I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye, guys.